For the slider crossover lunge, you'll need some way to slide across carpet. You might be able to rig this with anything that you have at home, but as long as you have basically lack of friction, this will work out. So I'm going to place one foot on the slider. This will be the leg that moves, and the opposite leg will actually be my working leg. I like to set up in a doorway just so I have something to grab onto if need be, but a flat wall, a stool, a bench, a chair would be totally fine. So as I go through this, I am reaching out nice and deep with this back leg, and you're gonna notice if I swivel this around, this does something very interesting to my hip. This gets my hip at this very end range place, almost as if I was squatting like so. Now, I wouldn't squat like this, but my knee position and what's demanded of my hip when I do this is what I'm after. So with a flat foot, I come across, my knee has no choice but to go out. If I'm going in, my body starts to turn around. I want to maintain the plane of my body essentially facing forward as I reach through and load that hip. You're going to feel this across the hip, down into the IT band, the groin. So if this is painful to start with, or if you find that you just don't have much range of motion, it's totally fine to start here. And as you gain mobility and strength, start to get out into this kind of space. This is probably a movement you wouldn't ever actually load because it's going to be so demanding to just do this with my own body weight. Okay, so I recommend something to balance on. I recommend something that's going to give you free slide. And if you put all those things together and place this outside demand on your hip, you're going to notice a ton of benefit as it relates to your knee, your low back pain, and your squat ability.